What is going on YouTube? This is Aciders. So I'm going to review the debut album by Mos Def as far as these picks going to have. Based this particular product is called Black on Both Sides, and it came out in the fall of 1999. Now within pitched amongst it here, as far as these picks going to have, the excellent type product amongst this fair is the hit type album that has like some cult type appeal and pitch like that. It's one of these type ones within it. You think of like a Tribe Called Quest in particular. You think of hit type appeals, a Tribe Called Quest, MF Doom, pitch like that. So within that hit type phrase, as far as the more critically acclaimed type album pitch like that, this is a request by Rush. This particular hit album is a request by Rushan as far as these picks album within the pitch. If you're not familiar who Rushan is, he's particularly a folk that requested like some of the past a good spell some of these Nas type albums, and also like De La Soul and pitch like that. It's a hit type phrase for this pitch. I'm going to get to a series of these. Now within these pitches, he requested a series of Mos Def type albums within pitch like that. These are going to be popping up down the road as far as these pitches can happen. In addition to more De La Soul albums within things to pitch. So it's the aspects for us saying getting towards those top ones. Yeah, this is a critically acclaimed type album pitch like that, has some hit type appeals. When I think of like that Rob Christgau dude pitch like that, who's done like hit reviews, he's pretty acclaimed critic pitch like that, gave this particular album an A-. Rolling Stone gave this out. Rolling Stone album guy gave this album a 4. All Music gave this album 5 stars. Pitch like that. Pitchfork gave it 8.7 out of 10. Pitch like that. This is within fair as far as saying, has some good nice appeals within pitch like that. The aspect as far as paying attention. The hit type aspect is within a pitch that has similar type fashions to Illmatic pitch like that with some hit type phrase within these type pitches. The second single out the sound Mathematics is produced by DJ Premier, so it's good pitch like that. Good nice jump as far as these phrases go. Now within the pitch, similar to Talib Kweli, which particularly Mos Def did a hit collaboration album with, as far as these phrases go, is within pitch for saying the more lyrical type composition. This was the sort of fray that kind of happened within these aspects, as far as similar to folks like MF Doom and like certain members of Wu-Tang like RZA and stuff, folks like that. It's the pitch as far as saying the aspect that this is some of these type of appeals where you get the more lyricism type fare, but it's the pitch as far as saying within the chart type appeal, it goes to the wayside with some of the pitch. And it's not to say within this album's going to get a 10 out of 10 pitch like that. I recommend all 17 songs off this album. It's a pitch as far as staying in terms of like a common stead type 1 within the routine. The fair about 1999 since the pitch is just hip hop was kind of in a strange type place just in the first place. So some of those type pitches as far as saying like the commercial breakthroughs were starting to happen more candidly pitched like that. This is post Tupac and Biggie. This is before Dr. Dre dropped 2001. So it's kind of pitched that Dr. Dre and Eminem were getting ready to revolutionize things with 2001 and the leftover type the moreover type phrase of the Slim Shady LP pitch. The moreover type phrase, the Slim Shady LP pitch like that was the fair as far as saying paying attention towards it within the aspect apart from like apart from Eminem at the beginning of 1999 with Slim Shady LP. It's kind of pitch as far as saying that in terms of like the commercial type commonplace. Now within pitches, you did have Master P dominating pitch like that with some hit. You did have Master P dominating with like some hit type appeals aspects like that. And Snoop Dogg was kind of Snoop Dogg was kind of tearing things up with like the No Limit fray of his era of that particular fair pitch like that was the hit type appeal. Things were just kind of in a more melded type era within the pitch, and there wasn't really as much a full-blown kind of commercial dynamo within those type pitches. Not to say full-blown within those type pitches, but just the aspect as things started to get towards like the VH1 and MTV eras since the pitch amongst it, just the common spread. This is before Ludacris. This is before like Outkast kind of full-blown type swing with albums like Stankonia and Big Boy and Dre present Outkast since the pitches. So Aquamini was a pretty good album in '98 pitch like that was the first for us in some of those type pitches. Scarface was kind of here and there pitch like that. Jay-Z had not really dropped as much to like the full-bound kind of where he was starting to get more mainstead type tunes. This is before like the Big Pimpin' album, Volume 3. In My Lifetime, Volume 3 pitch like that. UGK was kind of in a gap. So it's the pitch for us saying some of those type ones and the aspects for us saying, but the particular fair, just some sparse typeness, just with, you had more lyrical type folk, like particular, there was a folk, Big L had just passed around this particular time, so some of those type folks like that, pitches like that. Big Pun was still technically around within some that pitched around this particular time pitch like that. So it's hit type appeals for some of these type ones. It's kind of that particular aspect. So it's a fray as far as getting towards DMX was kind of doing things in a large spread, but this was even before. And then there was X as far as those pitching album. That was pretty commercial type album. The pitch for us saying this dispel as far as getting towards it. So it's kind of within the fray of this more kind of These ones had substance and pitch like that, but it's the aspects for saying just paying attention. But there are some type ones that kind of get towards, like I said, the DJ Premier type 1 mathematics is a pretty good, nice jump off here. There's not a super amount of like particular like rhythmic type jumps off this particular album as the pitch. It does have some good compositions within the aspect, like some breakthrough within the pitch. It just like if you take an album like Illmatic and then slap it into like the fair as far as talking about like the phrase. Slap some of that Illmatic type style into like the aspect of like some Rush Hour type phrases and pitch, like some Pink Skies typeness within the aspect of like particular sound off type fare within a more melodic type sense. It's a very mellow type album, whether or not it's just more composition, kind of socially conscious type fare of the pitch, if it actually is stone. Very similar to how Kendrick Lamar was with like the Kendrick Lamar EP from 2009, and since the pitch is kind of the way he is in like certain type phrase with like aspects of albums where he's more socially conscious and pitch like that. Some of those type ones kind of trace like the damn album pitch like that. Some of those type phrases as far as it's more food for thought. Now within the composition, I usually take these sorts of albums within pitch, me just being a stoner aspects like that within pitch, and just syrupy kind of fares to kind of get back and forth the particular work type fare within pitch. It is having like some great sweets and blueberry sweets in your system pitch like that. But the fair as far as saying it is productive within pitch, just like the ardent kind of day fair as soon as I pitched amongst that particular process. The pitch as far as saying it's the aspect, but it's it's a good city slicking type album within pitch. It just like some snack runs kind of on there. Not quite as gritty and as full blown snarled as like Wu-Tang out of '93 or like particular aspects of Illmatic Nas or particular It Was Written also and stuff days. But it's the pitch for us and it has that same sort of composition, but just it's a little bit more candid. This is the fair. It's kind of it's a gut. It's a little bit more candid. It's a gummy type album within pitch like that. Not to say gummy in terms of the fat, but the fact is just more melded with the aspect. Just a little bit more. The bite is just not as ravenous and as feral, but the pitch as far as saying it just has the composition like some city type slicking within pitches that just kind of melded, or would just be more socially conscious, or just the fair just having like particular just a good amount of smoke type fair in your system, just kind of appreciate things from more lethargic angles. It's the pitch for us, but some good nice phrase amongst it. Does have some head shove type material on here, kind of has traces like Baduism by Erica, but couple of songs off here have traces of Baduism by Erica Badu and pitch like that. A little bit of leftover kind of Lauryn Hill type phrase. I think that was within the composition that I think within the likelihood most Def was paying attention to like the particular Miseducation of Lauryn Hill type album from late '98 as far as the pitch counts, excellent type pitch. But the hit type phrase for us and some portion of things definitely get towards pitch like that. But hit type feels a 10 out of 10 album. There were 3 singles off this album, pitches like that. Now these particular 3 singles, Miss Fat Booty, Mathematics, and UMI says pitches like that did not have the full bound type fray within these aspects like the chart type feel, but they did chart on like the particular rhythmic and hip hop R&B type charts pitch like that. So good nice pitches. But Miss Fat Booty, particularly this is like a throwback to 2000s kind of early bird kind of blueprint soul to kind of get towards here. So it's a little bit before like full bound Jay-Z the blueprint, but pitch like that since hip type aspects is Wu-Tang kind of alleyway spliffs and pitches like that since up Harris get some notches in your system amongst the outing type fray. Good nice bit of plot, figure out the modes, what diva particular is going to need for as far as this pitch. I'm just figuring out how to shipwreck particular mob pitch like that since I've priced this. The next type tone is probably whether it is just some Hollis pitch like that, just when the fair just out in the phrase. It's kind of the composition of some particular time type fair to get tore up within pitches like that, but also like the product just throwing in like the aspect like the particular tone of as things start to rope up pitch like that, the next type most within some type pitch. So it's kind of the fair amongst it. It's that cityway type aspect within like the tear up type fashion. So some good nice pitches on here just within the particular pitch amongst it. Good nice spell of like some particular product of tear up type fashion within the pitch before getting back to the very good pitch like that excellent type appeal. Mathematics, the hitting type ones like a good homestead kind of bouncing porch side type turn up to get towards your pitch like that. Get noisy, definitely sending stuff phrase. Good, nice particular product like some Galvant pitch like that. Just make quesadillas for pals and folks within these type pitches. Figure out the modes just within pitches as far as like the fair's gonna happen. Just homestead type divas pitch like that. Girl next door type vibes pitches, sending stuff phrases. Good, nice fair. Good, nice fair for mean type product pitch like. Good, nice fair for means getting cracked out pitch like that within sending stuff phrase. Pretty composition within these atmospheres as far as these pitches can happen. This is interesting that this was a DJ Premier type beat because usually he's a little bit more thought provoking, has a little bit more sparkle amongst it. When you think of hit songs like particular You think of certain kind of hit DJ Premier type songs like Who Shot Ya by Biggie and Boom by Royce the 5'9", Sons of Pitch. This kind of aspect, this is a little bit more of like a rhythmic type one, so it's good, nice pitches, getting towards some of this type product within it. This is the aspect to like. This particular, this Homestead type noise pitch like that, since the phrase just get Fritos spilled out, since the pitch amongst it, just get towards the product of it. UMI says is a hitting type ones like a quality Nas Illmatic style kind of lobby and city mall type enveloped to get towards here. Just favor run definitely since type phrase. Just pick up like a peppy gift for Diva since the pitch amongst it, like hair dye since the pitch, just take the edge off type phrase pitch like that. Good nice product, get like some purple dye in there since the pitch like that. Good nice favorite like a particular scarlet or mahogany type streak since the pitch amongst a good nice phrase within that fair. This would be a solid enough radio grab with sons of pitches, but it's just the aspects part of saying. I feel like this has good composition amongst it, but it's the fairest part of saying it just is not the roteness factor. It's the only fair about some of these type ones, just the pitch part of saying the composition behind some of these type ones. It's basically like the same sort of fray with Nas within sons of pitch as far as like the aspect, the lyricism kind of on here, and like the aesthetic about it's real good with things type pitch, but it just needs a little bit more simple type aspects and tone as far as some of these type ones. Like Miss Fat Booty had the aspect kind of within those type pitches, but probably just need like that hook type fair within some of the pitches. Probably just taking like the composition of something like Nas and then having like Fat Joe type tendencies with some of those type pitches, the way he would kind of have like Crush Tonight type fairs, just the pitch like that. But other than that, it's the particular pitch for us saying some banging typeness is getting towards it. UMI says and Miss Fat Booty are both good excellent 1-2 punch, and Mathematics a pretty good rhythmic type one as well. It's just the pitch behind it. It's just the fair amongst some of these type ones. These are some of the looser type songs out this album within pitch like that, but it's this kind of phrase as far as saying the product within saying about loose, the sons that pitches, the aspect as far as it's just something to say, not to say in terms of being like foul pitch like that, but it's kind of quotation marks loose within sons that pitch as far as saying it's the product definitely. Terror factor is definitely on here with pitch like that, but it's within right as far as saying definitely needs to be like the coffee. The card table needs to be flipped upside down since the pitch as far as like the prayer, like the sporadicness pitch like that. But it's not stay within those products if it's not within the aspects. It's definitely pretty jostled, but it's just the pitch. It just feels just makes you not want to sit still and pitch like that. Some of these hit type phrases, but the aspects as far as I'm paying attention towards, it's just the aspect. This hit type appeals to the aspect, but it's just the fair as far as saying some of that composition as far as just like the feral typeness. So it's pitched like that, but the hit type aspects within this album. Recommend all 17 songs out this album pitched like that. So 10 out of 10. This is the fair as far as saying with some of these type aspects that this is a hit type album within tones, but in terms of you're looking for recognition, in terms of like a casual type sense, it's kind of fair. When I rank this album in terms of social score, I'll probably give the social score like a more or less 10 out of 10, but in terms like the factor kind of throw in is the casual type score amongst this album may be more of like an 8.5 or an 8.75 out of 10 in terms of casual, because just the phrase as far as saying that it's just more sheer type lyricism, more substance over style with some of these type pitches. It's just the aspect as far as saying it's just not going to have that recognition unless you're kind of more with the acclaim type of, it's kind of more of an Oscars type album more than a Razzies type album. So it's kind of pitch, if you're paying more attention like the Rotten Tomatoes type fair pitch like that, it's more of a hit type appeal. But with the aspects, some of those type ones within pitches, it's not going to be like Friday and Don't Be a Menace to South Central and some stuff ones like that, and Half Baked and stuff pitches. The aspects for saying it's not going to be those particular more casual type bangs. With pitch for saying hit type feels, hip hop's the hitting type ones like a rock solid kind of glazed rush hour embrace. Get towards here, just grab Quiznos, some iron outs, the diva pitch like that. Figure out the fair what the next kind of modes are going to be. Stone just got done pitches like that. So some of these stuff fairs amongst the aspect, this great kind of city spot. Great kind of city spread kind of embrace and pitches like that. Nice good lambent type fun and pitch like that hit type phrase as far as figuring out the most like the next type phrase that's going to get towards. God is a hitting type one as well with things pitches. It's like a feeling right and blurry kind of pink sky kind of DVD run to get towards here pitch like that. Just a clean embrace after the usual type blase pitch like that. Just similar to hip hop. Some stuff pairs just get some chatter going. So it's kind of pitch it just like within the mode figuring out the next pairs amongst it. Some stuff pitch is kind of within the aspect of getting towards the tear up, gonna get some smokes in your system, figure out the modes, just like some pawn shop type gather. Figure out the modes like some pawn shop type convo. Figuring out the modes like some pawn shop type combos and pitch like that within sense that phrase for us like the aspects for us saying. Feeling like some tear up and pitches like that as far as these prizes gonna have them definitely within pitch. May to December is a hitting type 1. This is just an instrumental with these type pitches, but still a hit type song pitch like that. It's like a nice lobby and jazz kind of morning and brunch type pep to get towards the ear. Works for like post hour, I definitely say as well. So type pitches just mellow out and just appreciate like the fair. Like Kendrick's been doing songs like this and recent type fair released within 2010s type range, so it's a pitch amongst it. Some good Illmatic type haze aspects like that. Some of these type of tunes, like particularly The World Is Yours and some of these type aspects. Life's a Bitch and some of these type ones like that. But it's just the aspect definitely within the fray of just kind of more bustle type mornings and afternoons, pitches like that amongst these type phrases. Just appreciating like the city streak and pitches like that, hit type appeals. Another good banging type 1 is Brooklyn. As far as these first happens, like a great Nas, Biggie, and Wu-Tang type styled hotbox and traffic to get towards your pitch like that. Some good traffic roll around, definitely I'd say. Domino's, definitely inhale like a good Domino's pizza with your pals, pitch like that. Plenty of hit type phrases. Cheesy ass pizza kind of this cheesy ass pizza kind of tear up pitches like that. Sense of phrase. It's kind of a whole day type spell. So it's kind of pitch. It's like a medley of a song here as far as these first they have them. Starts off with kind of the composition of like a hotbox type fair, kind of gets some more traffic type bustle, and then at the end of the song has like some good who shot you type fairs pitches like that. So some good nice parties kind of amongst it. Just plenty of wild out type fair, good pitch like that. Traditional kind of East Coast type hotbox within blitzing typeness. It's good nice fair for some of that discomposition. Climb is the hitting type 1 that says Vinia Magica. Climb's hit type appeal has Vinia Magica as far as these first have excellent type appeal. It's like a zoning real hard with Ma definitely and trippy. Climb is like a zoning real hard with Ma definitely and trippy kind of 90s Spotify type blade to get towards your relaxing phrase. It's Lauryn Hill, Erykah Badu type fairs, pitch like that, hit type aspects. Just a good snigger kind of get towards some of these type aspects. Definitely some Swamped AF type sniggers and pitch like that within these hit type phrase, going through a whole box of Krispy Kreme pitch like that. Some hit type feels in the aspects for the pitch kind of happens, getting towards like definitely them probably some of these type ones. It definitely feels like something Andre 3000 would have done back in like the Aquamini type days or the Stankonia type days, pitch like that. Some of these hit type feels. Now it's before the Stankonia album is definitely pitches some of those type ones where Andre 3000 would kind of have like his hair being braided by particular Diaz pitch like that. It's just the aspects as far as like the fray. It's a real head shop type 1 pitch like that. Just a good aspect with some type pitches like Spotify type aspects within those particular type tones. Just in the 1999 type sense, so a good decade and some change of like a particular aspect like the flair just within some of those hit type varieties. Very much within the Stankonia album type varieties and pitches like other particular type ones. Yeah, like I was saying, definitely Badu is in some of the pitches. Lauryn Hill when she's definitely on like her Smoke Diva type fits and pitch like that. Some hit type phrase within the aspects for saying. You look like a witch doctor pitch like that for Diva as far as these pitching have some of these type aspects within it. New World Water is the hitting type 1's like a solid Wu-Tang and New World Water is like a solid Wu-Tang and Illmatic. Nas kind of companion to get towards here pitch like that. This flush kind of weekday passage I'd say. Pick up like tacos, get some chores done pitch like that. Particular type fair just to get done to them pitches like that. Similar to like hip hop, not quite as lazy as full band, a little bit more productive within the Tuesday type shift. A little bit more productive within the Tuesday type siftings, Wednesday type siftings, pitch like that, hit type phrase amongst it. Rock and roll is a nice one as well. It's like a quality homestead kind of rec room and lounge type relay to get towards here. Good pitch like that. This head shop kind of smoke, I'd say definitely something that pitch is kind of product disc, kind of zoned out type fair. Good hedge. Definitely a good, nice head chop, incense, and grinder type fair pitch like that with them fray. Just some smoke kind of get towards some vibes. First, this pitch can have definitely get like some Dave Chappelle going and pitch like that. So it's within hit type appeal, definitely with the aspect. Some of these type ones to get towards the tear up. So within the particular factor, this being cut. This gives me like vibes like particular 90s type lo-fi and pitch like that, concerning like the fray. There is a dance club song on here, pitch like that with the hit type aspects when the pitch for saying this kind of has the composition. This is a similar type album in a lot of fashions to Stankonia by Outkast, minus like the hit bang of like the turbulent type song like Miss Jackson and pitches like that. Was with the hit type fray has a pretty similar type aesthetic to that, just within pitches, just in a more East Coast type fair. So pitch for saying some of that type composition, but the aspect of some head shop type bangs on here and pitches like that, just to kind of get some tater tots made and pitches like that, sends a phrase within the banging typeness. Speed Law is a hitting type 1 as well as like a glared and desolate kind of city side pier to get towards here. An errand run as far as these pairs going to go. Definitely favorite runs within pitch. Some good nice favorite runs to throw in on top of that with enjoyment as far as these pairs going to go. So miss the pitch of getting like standard things done for fam and divas since the pitch amongst it, but this is not the factor like the gripeness kind of the aspect of like, yep. thrilled to get towards a pitch like that, picking up like iron, picking up possible hair curlers and sometimes a pitch amongst it, the standard phrase, getting like outlet packs and sometimes a pitch amongst it, good nice products amongst it, just tilted within these aspects. So just the tear up type fashion, good nice one to get. Blitz as hell too, pitch like that, but get the product of it done on top of that. Just Walmart type runs and later shift within pitches. Definitely would have been more blistering just a few years ago before Walmart stopped being open 24 hours. Was within pitch. Probably as likely it's open 24 hours in like New York, sense of place. But it's the pitch, some stuff, right? Just later shift type erranding. Definite nice gassed and desolate type romps within pitch like that, hit type feels. Do It Now with Buster Rhymes, the hitting type one as well as like a solid Jostled, Porch, and Streetlight type energize to get towards here. Just mixtape, Gab definitely with pals. Standard Dap going around since the pitch amongst it. Tekken and Sons of Fairs, Pulp Fiction, Money Train with particular Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson, Sons of pitch amongst it. And Jennifer Lopez, good pitch like that. Sons hit that phrase, just standard pack of like the loud type noise. Sons of pitch, definitely some Pulp Fiction type means pitch like that. The standard classic type particular film kind of get within the rotation of it, some stuff for just BS scenes. Definitely banging type noise to get crunk to pitch like that, bust out like the Gardettos and some pitch like that, hit type aspects with tone. Fear Not Amends, the hitting type ones, like a bouncy kind of city square and post hour kind of sound off to get towards here. Just welcome Matt type memes, definitely past the Doritos, sense of aspects within it. So it's the pitch as far as saying, paying attention to our sense of aspects in the pitch as far as real nice kind of sluggish and sedate type fair within pitch. It just like the break free and release like aspect of this kind of a glare type day. So it's a pitch amongst a good nice particular hit type aspects. Goes along pretty well with like Do It Now since that one. So any type ones like that and speed log good pitches. So any stuff fair is excellent with the pitch, but just good nice product of outing kind of rendezvous with pals out in like city square type noise. So it's a pitch amongst it. Just go for like particular CD pickup, sunset fairs just amongst it, fray amongst it, get some smoke product going. So I think other type ones I haven't talked about off here. I don't think I talked about Habitat. This is the hitting type ones, like a drifty kind of electro dance club wheeze and good fairs. Habitat's like a drifty kind of electro dance club wheeze to get towards here. Good excellent pitches, just rounded tortillas and salsa pitch like that. Just what it does, definitely hollow since the pitches. Definitely with the fray on top of the house, the weather since the pitch. Just the phrase person and the particular product amongst that. It has some good hooky kind of rhythmic vocals on here on top of that. Good nice pitches. The hit type aspect within these tones for us the pitch kind of happens with this like a good excellent contemporary kind of bite amongst as far as these physical habits within pitch first saying definitely how's the weather since the pitch is getting towards the product within these type phrases saying how's the weather to the pitch first saying the composition and getting like a good multitude of like these phrases out within pitches. The composition if you do have to be as like steadfast within these type pitches where you're only within the fray, I'm not as full buncher within pitch as to like the full bun variety as to how often particularly most def kind of steps out within these type pitches. The composition there's a lot of makeshift kind of traffic on here in pitch like that since the phrase it's like the city square, but in terms of like the pitch like recreational type funding and pitch like that within these phrases just like bullshitting type fair party and bullshit type noise pitch like that within like Hypnotized by Biggie and some of those type vibes pitches like that and the jubilance of Juicy and Big Papa since the fairs the pitch far saying definitely the product getting like the extra splurge type noise in there pitch like the how's the weather how's the dog pitches like that, just playing these type phrases get towards the extracurricular type product definitely the pitch same sort of fair with D as far as these pitches gonna happen. How many plants have you killed pitches like that you've gotten in terms of gifts from guys as far as these pitches can happen? You've killed probably more plants than a greenhouse as far as these pitches can happen. You probably killed more plants than a greenhouse as far as these pitches can happen with the aspects of it. So it's kind of fair as far as saying looks like it's man-eater season since the pitches amongst as far as these pitches can happen just with the aspect. You need to come with the warning signs as far as these pitches can go, but this is the aspects for saying pitch like that, suddenly hit type appeals, but this is the aspects suddenly type phrase getting towards the jostle pitch like that, definitely suddenly type rounds, the extra type pitches within these hit type phrases, just the particular tone. This would have worked as a pretty buzzing type promo single pitch like that, just on top of these phrases when the extracurricular type fair goes along pretty well with some of these other type ones, but it's just a pitch for us saying, just as a whole, particularly rap just within these aspects, even Eminem around these particular times did not have like a hit type fray within the aspect, like the real rhythmic type sporadicness, this, I mean, yeah. Yeah, within the pitches, particularly 30 years ago, pitches like that, but within the hit type PL, Biggie did have like some of these type jumps within pitches like that, and same thing with Nas off of It Was Written, some stuff there is like when he had like If I Ruled the World, and Tupac had California Love, so some of those type pitches, as far as saying, it's just the aspect, just it's a lot more steadfastness, but yeah, it's definitely a good shot in the arm with some of these type pitches. Habitat's a definite standout off here, pitches like that within these hit type phrases, the pitch for us saying just the aspect of how particular phrase were just a lot more steadfast and composition back in 98, 99 was the pitch for us saying definitely good. Habitat's definitely a good, nice one to beeline for a pitch like that. In addition to Mathematics and Miss Fat Booty, some stuff ones like that, some of the media type ones, good pitches. I don't think I talk about Mr. Nigga as far as these pitches can happen. It's the hit type one as well. It's like a solid embrace after usual blows. I'd say just round to barbecue and sound offs, kind of get towards the pitch like that. Figure out the fares for. Figure out the fares for folks as far as these pitches can happen. Just get to crunks within some stuff pitches. Figure out the mode to get towards some tear up. Gonna go pick up like a box of gin since the pitches like that. Playing these hit type phrase. Box of Budweiser probably costs like 15, 16 bucks since the pitches with the aspects. So hit type appeals as far as saying. I think other type ones. I don't think I talk about Know That either. It's another type. It's another nice one with these aspects. Know That's like a bang kind of Lauryn Hill style kind of Dave here in traffic to get towards here. It's a ruffled but composition type grits of a song as far as these pitches kind of go. Some station kind of grit as far as these frisks have within the aspect. Some of those Dave Pierce within hit type songs. Now within the pitch, I have reviewed Lauryn Hill's Miseducation. Lauryn Hill was probably not going to pop up till 2027 or further. Pitch like this within hit type PL is very distant within the phrase like when it's scheduled. But pitches as far as saying within these conducts, just the hit type PL, just some of that Dave Pierce within those aspects like some Orange Skies kind of 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. So those 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock p.m. type dredges, pitch like that, hit type aspects, just still miss like some of the leftover kind of composition fares like that. It's kind of the fair, just getting towards the grit and just the last task like the money gets within those type pitches of roping up things. It's a good, nice fair as far as these pitch can happen. I think there's another type one I haven't talked about off here, pitch like that. Within these aspects, I don't think I've talked about Love either. Love's like a woozy kind of Juicy by Biggie, and World Is Yours by Nas type City Saunter. Get towards your pitch like that. Just good playing kind of hotbox with pals as far as these pitches can happen. Get some toss in your system, fares like that. Just good, nice snacks and goodies within like these pitches. Just round a song to pick up some chili cheese conies, fares like that. Plenty of these type rounds, cheese curds, plenty of aspects like that. Just to get the whole shit facedness going within some type pitch. But just the aspect of strikes me as like some good day drink type fare, but it's just kind of pitch like a city type romp, then pitch like that. It's just kind of fair like some of those perk type ones in a more flush type sense. Very very similar to like the Slim Shady EP by particular Eminem, and like the definitely like the flushedness of Nas from Illmatic as far as these fiscal and also compositions like hit songs by Biggie like Juicy definitely, and some of those type ones with the more sleepy type sense. A very drowsy type album pitch like that since hit type appeals, but definitely traditional kind of banging type New York kind of hotbox and pitch like that East Coast type flair. Definitely in these pitches get some tots and focus system pitch like that, playing a loud pack and just wild as far as those pitches gonna happen. I think that more or less takes care of it. Yeah, so definitely 10 out of 10 album within these pitches as far as these aspects can happen. Just paying attention to hit type BL. Now within the aspect, like I was saying, the social score within these pitches will get a 10 out of 10 as well. With the pitch for saying the actual casual type score might be more of like an 8.75 to some pitch for saying this doesn't have recognition. It has critical acclaim pitch like that, but in terms of recognizable type songs that are routine kind of radio bangers and just the widespread type appeal, this does have a song that has over 230 million plays on here, pitch like that, which is Miss Fat Booty as far as this is going to happen. And Mathematics is pretty good, solid Jostled as well, but it's more within the word of mouth type composition, more cult type appeal, more so in the aspect like the rhythmic type flares. This pitch for saying that's the fair amongst it, but I look after within these hit type appeals, it does have some pretty good, nice phrase amongst the tile qualities on here, Q-tips on here, Vinya Mojikas on here, pitch like that, and Busta Rhymes pitch like that. Was the fair as far as saying just the aspect. It's more just like Oscars type content pitch like that within sense type feel, which is good aspects as far as these pitch can go. The aspects as far as saying rhythmic type jumps. There are some ones on here within sense type pitches that do have like some B lines within pitch. If you're looking for more kind of caviar type things, pitch like that's the hit type feel. Definitely the three singles, Miss Fat Booty, Mathematics, and UMI says are like some good rhythmic type ones. With throwing some other type ones like particularly like Speed Law's pretty good, nice one for like some Aaron type runs, like a good Glare type Jostle. Habitat's a pretty good breezy kind of dance club type jump pitch like that, and that's just some other type ones. Like there's a hotbox type song. Yeah, Brooklyn's pretty good hotbox type song pitch just like that. Climb's like a good zone out with Diva pitch like that. Some stuff phrase that just like some Erica Badu type trippiness, good pitch like that. Get some water in your system, fares like that. Just playing tripped out that fair go through. like some churros and particular muffins, real good pitch like that. So it's hit type phrased aspect for us. And so these type 1s. Some day fair within pitch, just got done in the post hour, rush hour type embrace pitch like that. So hit type feels for us, and it's just the composition, just not as commercially kind of recognition pitch like that. But other than that, it's hit type album, 8.75 casual, 10 out of 10 social with these pitches. Pretty connecting. The hotbox song's pretty good pitch like that. But if folks that you're fucking with are fucking with Wu-Tang, Biggie, some stuff, folks, good aspects, Eminem, and like hit type feel, Slim Shady EP, Slim Shady LP type days, some stuff pitch like that. It's just good connect with these type pitches. A little bit more sedate, but other than that, it's good, nice banging type. That's the only real thing. It just doesn't have like a rhythmic kind of sharp as attack type 1 within pitch. Not to say like it doesn't, it's just the hit type feel. It's just the just more sluggish and drowsy, which is definitely awesome within these sorts of pitches. So good, nice banginess. But in terms of the future, Most Def within these type pitches, he apparently goes by a different name. When I looked him up on Wikipedia, when I punched in Most Def, it's apparently Yasin Bey or something like that. He goes by a different name. It might be due to like religious type fairs or pitches like that. But it's the hit type appeal. Hit type appeals part saying he does have some composition type fairs. I'm going to see what else he's about pitch like that. But Rush On did request more of these than pitch like that. So some of these are going to happen down the road, definitely these type pitches. But definite classic within these type fairs is some blisteringness.